السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، كيف حالكم يا شباب؟ اليوم رجعنا الجزء الثاني أو الحلقة الثانية من دروجن. يلا بسم الله خلونا نبدأ. اليوم الثاني. اوكي، احنا الحلقة الأولى خلصنا اليوم الأول، الحلقة الثانية اليوم الثاني. طيب الحين احنا صحينا من يعني تذكروا الحلقة الأولى. طيب
I will find you again.
احنا اتذكر اللي شفنا اخته جت في الشباك هذاك.
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
يا اخي ذي مرة متحمسة على كل شيء، حماس على الفاضي. طيب هنا جت اخته، شاف ظل كذا بعدين اختفت. عدو موسوس شكله خوي، عاد ما ادري صدق اخته ولا جني. شكل جني شكل.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty.
وين هذه؟
She was in the
بسم الله
garden
الرحمن الرحيم.
and she called for me.
قرد.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that. It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
Chasing a shadow. That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was
وقاعد
anyone
يشرح
there.
له انه شافها
Oh, there must be
بالدريشة.
someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
وجه
If you say
قلب.
so, teddy bear.
في
Have you had
وجه
your noodle
قلب لما
juice
قال
yet?
بدي.
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda.
اوكي.
Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll
Okay,
scout
then.
ahead. I'll meet you
نروح
down by those
للسكان
houses.
ونبي نسألهم يعني عن الوضع. وين
Let's uncover your
الفريدلند؟
secrets, Grovik.
اوه شباب، بدأ تحقيق. اوكي طبعا ما في امل اقرا، ما في امل. يلا كيف اروح المدينة الحين؟ لا شكرا على المعلومة، يعني توني ادري ان شفت يركض.
Up here, Teddy.
نسيت يا شيخ كيف اوكي.
Hey!
يا اخي قايل لكم ذي قرد.
Such a beautiful day.
شلون طلعت
You
كذا
could
بسرعة؟
bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
طيب انزل.
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly.
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
Thought you were scouting
دمه
ahead.
حار ذي.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point. Like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
والله يبي نشيك على كل البيوت. طبعا ما في اثر الناس عشان كذا هي طلعت فوق تشوف في احد.
Hello?
طيب
Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr.
يا أخي
American.
مسرع.
Please come
وش
in for
ذا؟
a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping. Also,
يا
they
شكل
drink
ذا
coffee
الجني
here,
اللي
not tea.
No,
طلع
no.
لنا في الشباك. وين يا شيخ؟ شفت لين نزلت جت هنا ما مداني. يا ساتر. اها قايل لكم أنا. اوه
Hello?
اوكي والله مشبوه هنا.
Who's there? Hello? Anyone home?
والله بيت ذا صغير. وش هالسرير بيبي؟ أو في غرفة ثانية. اوكي.
September 21st, 1923.
اوكي.
VR Desperata. Lissy, found something here.
شكلها بترجم
Escalated
لنا.
from words to stones.
مم.
Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in Goods for Lata. Good.
اوكي يقول في لعنة
God.
جت لنا
Right. In this
Yes.
God-forsaken place.
وما في أمل في ذا المكان.
The death of
كذا.
the Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy.
البلد شكلهم ماتوا.
The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
كان بترسل بس شكله تركها. يعني كان ناوي كاتبها عشان يرسلها لأحد بس ما ادري وش صار يعني نساها او شيء. والله باقي
Did you
تشقلب
see
دي.
this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
بس 3 بيوت كويس.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no.
بيت مظلم.
3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
هذا الكلام الأبيض مكتوب تريتر. بوت. طيب
I still
البوت مين
don't
أخذه
understand
صدق؟
what happened to the boat.
Why don't we investigate? Maybe it's even drifted back to shore by now.
Unlikely. But I would like to know how it got unmoored.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
اوكي. نروح
What on
نشيك
earth are you
البوت.
doing?
Handstands,
إيش قاعد
Teddy.
تسوين؟
My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
وين اروح؟ البوت تحت. مشوار. انت انط من هنا. طريق مختصر. لكم من هنا تزحلقوا؟ ما اتوقع.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
اوكي. ما رحنا البيت اللي فوق. اتذكر كان في بيت فوق كبير. اي هذا شك كنيسة. المهم. في شلال هناك. الشلال الكبير هذا. وين؟ صدق. طيب.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a
يقول ما
fisherman.
حد قطع.
So
مستحيل
who
يكون
took our
فك لحاله.
A ghost?
طيب تعال.
If not a ghost, then a goat? A goat?
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A shadow?
I don't
شفنا
It
شيء.
was probably all in my head.
طلعت شخصيتنا. اللي قاعد يرسم والله فضاوة. صار المكان خرافي يعني الصراحة. طولنا. اوكي. طيب ايش نسوي الحين؟
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
يلا طيب.
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissy.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then we would see them, wouldn't we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
The villagers turning invisible is the more likely thesis.
Do try to keep an open mind, Edward, darling.
إنهم اختفوا ولا إحنا مختفين؟ كلام يعني. يعني ودي أزبد له الصراحة.
Lissy.
Hello.
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm down in the village, Teddy.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
طيب Simon.
The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johan's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this.
Okay. Well done. Gohan. اوكي شيكنا احنا اصلا.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map.
يعني ما قدروا
Here be dragons.
يتحملون
Or
يعني
dragons,
التصليحات
I
وكذا.
guess.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
طيب ما نقدر نروح الشيرش اللي فوق كنيسة.
Lissy?
No need to shout.
خلينا نشوف هذا في شيء. أنا ما أعتقد. ما في شيء. جارة. طيب. كنيسة شلون نروح لها؟ أوه.
Where are you?
At the store, Teddy.
طيب تعالي خليني حالي. والله مشوار. والله ودي اعيش هنا يا شباب. اجازة كذا شهرين. تكينا. السلام. وصلنا.
July 24th.
ايوه.
Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
اوكي بعد فترة اختفت الاصلاحات اختفى كل شيء. يعني في وقت محدد اختفى كل الناس منه. هذا اللي استنتجته يعني.
All these graves.
بسم
What
الله الرحمن
happened?
الرحيم.
It's a cemetery.
ما
But
كنت
look at the
تحت.
soil. These are recent burials.
لا انا
right.
متأكد ان
Do you
هي
think this
تجني.
is where everyone's gone?
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure.
والله مقابر كثير.
Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
طيب انا رايح هنا.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
List.
What does that say?
God is not here.
مكتوب God is not here. طيب شو الفائدة من المكان؟ طيب
What does that
بيدخل.
say?
God is not here.
ما أقدر أدخل.
The weather's.
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
يمكن
There
وراه
must
شيء.
be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
الله الله. انزل من هنا؟ ما اقدر اصلا.
It's quite peaceful.
If no one was around, I'd strip naked. The earth would delight in my bare feet. The wind would savor playing with my hair.
Is that so?
I don't know, I just like being naked. But not when you're around, teddy bear.
Alice?
I'm up at the church.
اوكي. هذا المكان ما رحنا خلينا نشيك
What
هنا.
if everyone turned into a
يا
feather?
الله بسم الله.
And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
There's something very wrong with your head.
Wouldn't
اي
that just be
والله في
awful?
مشكلة ذيك.
Why, I'd be a murderer. What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward.
هنا كان حق
I was
المنجم.
just
هذا
checking for a sense of humor.
طريق المنجم.
Still nowhere to be found. What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward. Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A cast.
Till Min Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902.
هذا قبرهم.
Georg Hatlestad, Niels Frambu, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who
ايه
was mentioned in the article.
مات من المنجم. سووا له هذا التذكار.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here,
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
or with what it did to the village. Maybe. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch. I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition? Perhaps they believed they'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
اوكي خلينا نلحق التراك.
What are you up to?
Delighting in the little things. They're like dew. My heart is the morning.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
يمكن الخونة ما يجون هنا. ايه نروح.
What do you say, old sport?
The sign says no trespassing for a reason.
Come on! There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, teddy bear.
من جد خلنا نمشي يا شيخ.
I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
اوكي جنرال ستور. وين هذا الجنرال ستور؟ اعتقد انه ذاك اللي رحناه اللي فيه الصورتين. هذا تكون حقنا.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty. Besides, there's a hole in this boat. It'll sink before it gets 10 yards from shore. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
هذا شكله مخزن.
Is that? Lizzie, come here.
قبعة حقت
It's
أختي.
Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
وش ذا؟ افتح زي الرجال. طيب هذه يمكن. اطلع فوق السطح. شكله اخ واحد يا شباب. حركاتهم.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
انت تسترجل. خليك قوي.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking. Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
كم.
Edward Charles Hart. Dante, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this
اوه شيت.
blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
والله ما الوضع مشكوك فيه يا عيال. في دميان ومكان مكسر
Barn means child, and mortar, that's...
Child murderer. Edward,
اه
they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
في احد ذبح طفل وصارت في شكله مشاكل بينهم كذا. ما ادري الصورة ما هي واضحة مرة يعني.
Barn means child, and mortar, that's...
Child murderer. Edward, they murdered...
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
All right. Okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore. Out of order.
Why hasn't it been
ما
fixed?
ادري وش.
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S. O.
These were never sent.
How long have they been
كاميرات ما
piling up?
وصلت.
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
مفتاح يمكن يفتح لنا باب ثاني.
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
اوكي
There's a
شنو
note.
مكتوب فيها؟
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
دقيقة.
It's from Simon.
اوكي مين سايمون؟
Yai put it means I put. Nurkel is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the Kaza?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary.
اوكي
The
هو
note's
حط
addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge. Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way? Why else keep a list of undesirables?
اوكي عنده ليست في اللي يعتبرهم خونة. وشكله قاعد انا فيردلاند. جون فيردلاند. والله الاسامي دي مشكوك فيها يا شباب. يعني شكل ذا كان ناوي على يذبحهم يعني واحد واحد. طيب وين نحصل مفتاح الحين؟
Casa.
هذا
So
كاسة.
that's what it means. Cash register.
كاسة يعني كاس ريجستر. اوكي.
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get
لا، لا،
busted, I'll
بالمفتاح.
come visit you in the big house.
ما ابي الكاسة
Wasn't this
بالمفتاح.
supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
هلا بمفتاحي. اهم شي طالع بالمفتاح قبل ما ياخذه.
I have the key.
The one for the storeroom?
اس اتوقع. خلنا غرفة اللي ما فيها شيء. طيب.
Lissy. Nothing.
نسينا. تبي يناديك بعدين يقول لا محمد يقول خلاص ولا شيء. نفس النظام. طيب خذها.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
اي اكيد من جد. ليش حاطه قبعة؟ اكيد في سبب. في رسالة.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead.
اوكي جوهان ما رد
It's
على
from
بيتي.
Frederick Fretland to his
فارسلت له رسالة.
Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth.
يحسون سايمون اللي هو راعي ذا المكان قتل البنت الصغيرة اللي كانت في الحلقة الأولى في الصورة.
Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there.
شكلها كانت تلعب فوق في
Frederick never
الكنيسة
finished it.
وطاحت.
And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this.
وش؟
That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you a million clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
ما أشوف. تحمست أنا لزقت وشوف.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
ممكن والله الطيح اللي فوق فيه. يلا نشوف البنت كيف طاحت. ولا طيحها سايمون راعي البيت. أهم شيء القفل القديم ذا. يلا خلاص جاي يا اخي سريعة هذه. لا تحت.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute.
طيب جاي. كيف طلعت فوق؟
Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this. Whoops-a-daisy.
وبس ديت. طاح الشايب اللي نلعب فيه.
What is this?
Where little
تذكار.
Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
لا يا أول مرة تقول كلام صح يعني.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers. That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened
طيب
over a month ago?
أنا قاعد
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
فكر طاح فوق من
It's a
هنا.
long fall.
أوف.
Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless.
It's a long fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
إيه يا شباب أخيرا. نول.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on.
يمكن السفاح يصير روس
This
بعد.
pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old.
والله.
It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues.
يقول هذا
Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that
البن
I
ذا اللي
can
معلق
catch my
عليها قديم مرة.
breath?
فيقول غريبة يعني موجودة على لعبة الطفلة.
Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world. Right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell?
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
هذا خلاص يبي اقتبس ما هم
Lucy.
أي أحد ثاني.
Slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy?
ايش فيها ما تردي؟ شكل
Are you
في
there?
شيء يا شباب. أنا متأكد إنه في شيء. اوكي شباب، الحين وصلنا لنهاية المقطع، بنكمل ان شاء الله الحلقة الجاية. كان معاكم هاوي اي. Have a good day every day. مع السلامة.